The signal from my Spidey tracer is getting weaker. I better move before I lose it completely.
Okay, welcome back. Last time we started up Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro, in which the title villain, Electro, stole a thing, but to be totally honest, we haven't had any real follow-up on that yet. So our adventure, for the most part, has been kind of just tracing the location of this briefcase, because we witnessed a kind of heist happening, and, well, we saw someone speeding off on a motorcycle. So we then kind of got a tracker on that, tracked that down to a warehouse, went, beat up a whole bunch of generic thugs, had a fight with Shocker, beat the Shocker in a fight, so he was arrested. Then we learned that something was going on at a hangar on the airfield, and also I'm running low on web fluid, so I would quite like to get as many of the cartridges as possible. So we got there, we learned that the villains, their evildoers, they were setting up an ambush for the police, so we foiled that. So we stopped that from working out for them, and then there was also a pilot who was unconscious while the plane was moving, so we kind of also just prevented that plane from crashing, so we saved that guy. And then we also got a tracker on a helicopter, which we are now following, and that is where we are now. And that is basically the entire first episode summarized in as boring a way as I possibly could have in about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Yeah, sometimes... that was close. Sometimes I feel like I might be okay at telling the story of what happened in the previous episode. But to be totally honest, the opening chapter of this game is kind of a whole lot of nothing. Like, I know that it all comes together eventually, but a lot of the early part of this game especially, the story is kinda just a whole lot of nothing.
I'm already at full health.
Yeah, I am on full health, but I am running low on web fluid. Which, nope. That wasn't ideal, but you know what? We are okay. Also, I'm just going to ignore most of these guys, because honestly, I would rather keep the spider armor in, I'd rather have good condition spider armor than, you know, sidestep and fight every single enemy. Also, yeah, that guy is super dead. I mean, you know, off camera, Spider-Man just probably, like, webbed him to the side of that building. And someone will probably come get him eventually. But yeah, that guy is probably dead. Either way, with that is the end of this level. Fantastic, we made it.
Spidey's hot on the trail, and this time it looks to have led him to the train yards. Well, things look quiet now, but evil is afoot, and it's up to our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man to ferret out evil where it lay.
This place looks like a prison complex. There are guards everywhere. No doubt they're all Hammerhead's men. Well, I don't want to alert the whole place, so I better play this one quiet and sneaky.
And so, this is kind of a stealth level. You can just run through it. You can just go in all punches and throwing hands, but you don't need to. You can very comfortably stealth your way around here. Game, there we go. It just didn't want to work with me on that. I don't know why. Anyway, so for this level, all we really need to do is get to the end and also solve a door puzzle. Fortunately for me, I vaguely remember how to do it. Basically, think of the door puzzle we did in the first game where we were trying to get to Venom, but this time it is in a much larger area that's a bit more annoying to go back to if you need to do so. Fortunately for me, I'm fairly confident in knowing what I'm doing. Key term, fairly confident. But hey, we haven't taken any damage to the spider armor yet, so I'm very happy about that. Because the spider armor acts effectively as a second health bar. And realistically, this game, I do feel like this game is a lot harder than the first. Not exactly for all the right reasons sometimes, but I think that should be this puzzle solved. Let's find out in just a second, because I want to grab this web cartridge.
Nuts! Electronic doors. I'll have to turn on the power to open them.
Meanwhile, yeah, I solved a puzzle on my way here, so we can just do this. Also, why couldn't we just climb over the door? We're Spider-Man. Like, we could just jump or climb over the door. Again, we're Spider-Man. Okay, so, off we go.
I bet all these guys are on Hammerhead's payroll. Wonder if Hammerhead provides his goons with medical and dental.
For some reason, I can't imagine he does. But also, at the same time, anything could happen. Like, anything could happen. You know, sometimes villains might... You know, sometimes villains might take good care of their guys, you know? Like, who am I? Who am I to say whether or not a like, crime syndicate leader would be like, hey, yeah, I take good care of my guys. Like, I imagine it could be greatly beneficial to them. Even if they do, because, you know, then it's like, hey, that encourages them to, you know, work, I guess. I have no idea what I'm talking about. At this point, I'm just yapping.
There's gotta be a control switch here
Also,
somewhere.
I feel like using the ice webs on people is maybe a little bit unethical, you know? But hey, with that, we open up these doors. Well, this door, to be more accurate. And now, that should lead us to where we need to be. Also, 10 out of 10, I do quite appreciate this game having more kind of web power-up types. I mean, I say that, I think there might only be 2.
Like
but hey, the last game only had 1, so that is technically an improvement. Okay, now let's open up these doors. Realistically, I only need to open up door number 2, though.
Nuts! The door's jammed.
Okay, yeah, that one is super jammed, so we can't do anything with that. But door number 2, that's just glitching out. Okay, good to know. But door number 2 is the one that we need to go through. It will lead us to the kind of central, yeah, kind of just like a central area for all the trains.
Seems like I'm always missing my train.
Okay, so we are looking for number 7. Also, you know, Spider-Man might be onto something there, saying that it's a little bit weird that, you know, there's so many people just at a train yard at night. Like, you know, that's a suspicious number of people to be working the night shift for one train yard. I mean, I know New York is a big city, I've never personally been, but I know that New York is a pretty big place. Maybe you do need a few people to kind of take care of security for things at night. But, I don't know, it seems a little bit excessive to have this many people, and, you know, this many heavily armed people, especially. Anyway, with that, let's just quickly take out these last couple of guys. And so far, I'm doing pretty good. So far, I'm doing fairly well, because I haven't even taken any damage to the spider armor.
There's the train.
Now I know that number 7 was the one I needed to open, so let's quickly get on over there, and hopefully continue to get through this. Also, fortunately for me, I do have a kind of general episode structure that I want for this series. Basically, I'm trying to get this done in exactly the same way I did last time, so if I get all this done properly, this should be 4 episodes total. But with that, we now finish this level.
Wait a minute here. That guy has a case too. Bet they're responsible for that train robbery. What's so important about those cases? Huh? Mother...
Okay, so now we need to catch this train, but we also have a, you know, little bit of an inconvenience trying to prevent us from doing so.
Can't miss that train.
basically, this is kind of a boss fight, but not really. Basically, Sandman is now a factor that I need to worry about. However, Sandman, I don't know if I can actually properly fight him here.
This is ridiculous.
Like, I don't know. That was very annoying, not gonna lie. Also, okay, I think I can punch him back, but I can't do damage, probably. Yeah, I'm gonna be totally honest. I remember this level being very annoying. So, hopefully it's not as bad as I remember, but I am fully prepared for this to be a miserable time. And I've almost lost the spider armor already, despite the fact that I kept it in pristine condition for 3 whole levels. Either way, I think I need to do this 3 or 4 times before I can catch the train. So hopefully it won't be too bad. Can I pick up the forklift truck? I can. I move very slowly when I have it, though. But at the same time, I imagine it must do a ton of damage. Because barrels, typically with this, I try to go for the barrels. They do about 1/3. So basically, if you can get 2 crates, and 2 barrels, that should usually be enough to do it. I think. So hopefully we can get through this without too much hassle. And then later in the game, we'll have a proper fight with the Sandman. So I guess look forward to that when we get to it. I don't remember if that's the end of episode... I don't know if that'll be the end of episode 3 or the start of episode 4. Either way, we are doing pretty well. Also, this level, I believe, is also on a timer. Because, obviously, if the train gets away, we aren't on the train. So, yeah, we need to be on that train. So, fortunately, we are very much closing that gap. But, yeah, I don't... This one, I think this is actually the final one. So we are making good time and progress through here.
No way am I letting you go.
But yeah, pretty much the way this works is the heavier the thing, the more damage it does. Or maybe it's... Or alternatively, I just had the other thought because I saw a little effect pop out of it. Maybe it's because the water in these barrels. Like those barrels evidently have some water in them. And with that, we have finished this level. Well, I messed that up pretty badly, but hey, we did it! We finished the level.
Hey! The beetle! What do you have to do with this?
Times change, Spider-Man. I do what I have to. Some other time, Spider Jerk.
Whoa. And what's this? Looks like Spiderella's going to the ball.
You know, now that I think about it, I don't think you actually see the beetle again in this game. Blackouts continue. Power companies remain silent. Spider-Man wanted for questioning technology heist. Gun battle at Hammerhead train yards.
We are close to our goal, gentlemen. The device you see before you allows an average citizen's body energy to power a city block. In my hands, that power would be limitless. We need Dr. Watts to finish the device. Only she knows where to find the missing piece.
Yeah, plans and speeches are all well and good, but I think you're forgetting about one thing. Spider-Man.
I've already prepared for that eventuality. Let me introduce our insurance policy. Enthusiasms, enthusiasms. What are mine? What is it which gives me joy? Destroying Spider-Man. A man stands alone, facing the web slinger. This is the time for what? For individual achievement. But in a mob? Part of a team. Tomorrow night, the good doctor will be attending the Science and Industry Ball. I'm gonna get the doctor myself. But I get nowhere unless the team takes out Spider-Man. Spider-Man!
Man, they really did just have, like, 5 nobodies next to, like, Electro, Sandman, and them.
Hammerhead and his thugs have stormed the ball. The people are frightened, and some have even been taken hostage. It looks like Spidey's gonna have his hands full, finding the doctor and keeping everyone safe. Good luck, Webhead!
Here we go.
You know, for this being a really fancy... For this supposedly being a really fancy ball, this is very similar to...
Oh, no.
whatchamacallit.
There's someone trapped in that elevator. I'd better find the controls.
Okay, yeah, so there's someone stuck in
There's
there.
gotta be another way to those controls.
Let's just pull this down real quick. There we go.
I
And
bet
up.
this will take me to the controls.
Not quite. There we go. So yeah, like, I know, there seem to be a lot of just generic guys
The
there.
elevator looks unstable. Better secure it somehow.
Yeah, if I jump on that, I probably just die. Probably just
There,
falls.
that should hold the elevator. Now to free the person inside.
Now, let's quickly go up here, grab this web cartridge, open the elevator, and get him out of here. But yeah, despite this being supposedly a really fancy ball, yeah, it's very similar to the bank from the first game, isn't it? It, like, genuinely, I think it actually reuses some assets. Also,
Uh-oh. Looks like these guys have hostages. Better be careful.
I didn't think that would work. I did not think that
Uh-oh,
would
hostages.
work. I just walked up and just threw a couch at them. Oh, that was fun. Okay, that... Honestly, this dive kick... Honestly, I love that dive kick. It's so helpful. Okay, that is all the hostages saved. Fantastic. So now we can
Sign of
keep moving
Hammerhead
on.
anywhere.
Just a second. Want to pick that up. And now Okay, I need to pull the vent down first. So we just pull that down, and now, whoop, up we go. Now, we are most of the way through this stage, I think. Okay, you know, I hadn't really intended on webbing that one guy that much. But hey, it worked, so I can't really complain about the end result. Also, I feel like these generic enemies are a little bit tougher than the other ones. Like, I feel like they have more health. I don't know why. Like, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I genuinely think they have more health, but still. Oh, we can apparently use face tank bullets, and I think that's every enemy in this stage dealt with. Impact web, just blast that door open.
The door's locked. Gotta bust it open.
So now we have 4 of the 6 hostages saved, and we have 6 web cartridges. We are looking pretty good right about now.
Help me!
I love how I love that sound effect. That's a good sound effect. So that's all the hostages saved.
That's the last of them. Time to find Hammerhead.
Okay, off we go. So through the exit door we go.
Better start making sense, lady. Zeus says what?
Just 6 of you against 1 woman? That seems a bit unfair. Unless that happens to be Electra, in which case you're toast.
Come on. Yeah, come on. What am I paying you fools for? Don't just stand there. After her! Don't know where you think you're going.
I was just gonna see if they had any more of those Empire State Building snow globes. Hey, do you want one?
Okay, so now we get to fight Hammerhead. Gonna be totally honest, this isn't a very interesting boss fight. Pretty much, we just jump over him when he does his charge, then we just pull the gun away from him, he runs over to pick it up, and we just hit him. This is not a particularly interesting boss fight. On the plus side, at least it's kind of short. Basically, all you need to do is just pull the gun away from him, because he has the ability to block otherwise. However, sometimes the game just decides, no, I don't feel like aiming today, and prevents you from actually hitting him, which, you know, makes this a lot harder than it realistically needs to be. But hey, that's fine.
Careful of those walls.
Also, I'm gonna be totally honest, I don't know what Kingpin's deal is, like, as, to me, he seems like we have Kingpin at home, basically. There we go, that's him dealt with. Sorted. Easy.
There. I hope that holds him, because there's still a damsel in distress that needs rescuing. What the? Maybe that woman was Electra. What's this? First Hammerhead and now Sandman's back. And what do they want with the doctor? I know she works at biotech. I've seen her there with Connors before. Maybe he knows what this is all about. Come on, Doc. Boy, it sounds like Connors is in some real trouble. I really need to limit myself to one rescue a day.
Okay, so, next time we're going to be going and investigating what's happening over there, which I believe leads to a showdown with the Lizard, who we didn't see in the previous game, but he does make a cameo appearance, and I nearly saved that in the wrong place. Anyway, I'm going to end off today's episode here. As always, feel free to leave a comment and click any buttons down below if you feel so inclined, and next time we'll be continuing Spider-Man 2, but there will also be an episode of Pokemon tomorrow. Okay, thanks for watching. Later.